Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some time with me today. So today I'm going to do Stitch With Me, and I'm going to answer your comments. And this one is a new start. As the spinny wheel said on my Flosstube, this is my next new start. This is Tower Bridge, and the artwork is by Sophie Bliss Kilpatrick, and it's charted and kitted by the lovely peeps over at GeckoRouge. So I'm going to be stitching this on some 25 count. I'm going to be going 1/1 full cross, and I'm going to be doing a centre start. So I had a discussion with Andy this morning. I'm like, I'm not quite sure how to start this one, and he's like, start in the middle. I said, okay then. I'm just putting in a couple of extra lines because I do find this easy count a little more difficult to count on than the magic guide. So yeah, I'm going to do a centre start, and we're going to get cracked on. 25 count, 1/1 full cross. It is 59 colours, and the size is 350 by 350 stitches, 122,500 overall. The palette is really quite lovely because we've got lots of blues, as you can see from the mock-up, but we've also got some yellows and oranges and some purples in it as well. So there's, you know, a lot of lovely colours in this piece. So I'm going to be going from the middle, as I said. This one, we're starting off with some pale colours though, so you may not see very much. But I'm also going to talk about your comments that you've left me recently. And yeah, let's have an hour and a half of stitchy time. So yeah, it's been quite exciting to get another start done. Okay, so that's the middle one. So that's that one. Just count for this first stitch. There. So it's a Wednesday morning here as I film this. It's starting to get better weather here. I'm not going to say it's perfect because it's not. However, I have noticed that it's getting warmer now. The mornings are getting lighter much earlier. There is still the clocks to deal with. So tonight, as you're watching this on Saturday, so if you're watching this on Saturday, our clocks change 29th March, well, into the 30th of March actually. And yeah, we lose an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with losing an hour's sleep, but you know, I'm sure I'll survive. So just let's have a look what's going on this week. I'm going for a mammogram. Lauren is at school today. Hannah's in. I'll be going for my mammogram later today. Hannah's in. She's going to be getting ready for work in a sec. Andy's already gone. So yeah. Work is as usual busy. And I spend my days counting down the hours to stitchy time, as I'm sure you guys can appreciate. I do really value my time with needle and thread. It definitely has become extremely important just more recently. Gentle and managing quite well, although yesterday my mouth was quite sore. It felt like I got a mouth ulcer across the top of my mouth, but what it is because I've still got some natural teeth. As I talk, or even not, my teeth rest against my top palate, and it's just sort of making it a bit sore. But I'm sure I'll be fine. But I've had no pain, no bleeding, nothing like that. I think I'm healing quite well. So, yeah. And on Monday, that's when I believe the rest of the teeth will be removed. And then we're almost at the point where the magic happens and I get my smile back. Good morning, Hannah.
Morning.
So yeah, so as I said, I have got some comments that I'll be going through. I'm starting from Flosstube 11, and yeah, let's see what you guys have been saying, shall we? Okay, so Sharon Fennell is the first contributor to the comments this week, and she says, well said, Nicola, no need to not be kind. This is where we were talking about being kind, that people are fighting a battle that you know nothing about. It's something I'm feeling quite strongly about at the moment, because the more I talk about this, the more I hear that it's happening to more and more people. Great numbers again, she says, and lovely stitching. Love the new cardigan, noted just for Hannah. Hope all goes well with dental. Sorry, I won't be joining your Sal. I feel I've hit my limit at the moment with my rotation. That's absolutely fine, Sharon. You can still join in and pick one of your pieces if you want, and do 100 stitches a day on it. Hello? What's up?
What you were saying hello to me for a second, I got confused. You never say hello to me like that. It's not favourite childish, it's not me.
She just come down and just had she just sort of stopped, and then she wanted to cross the threshold, but then decided not to.
What was that here?
She says, I feel I've hit my limit at the moment with my rotation. As much as I'm enjoying the Haid sow, it feels like pressure and life keeps getting in the way. So, yeah, this is exactly why I choose to have an aim rather than a goal. Because if you set a goal, it's set in stone. If you don't reach it, big disappointment. For me, when I say an aim, it means I'm going to aim to get there, but if I don't, I don't. I've not set it in stone, if that makes sense. She does say, though, that she will be watching and cheering from the sidelines. Thank you, Sharon. And your comment actually reminded me to put the link to the pattern that I've found in the description box. So if you're interested in joining a stitch along in May, the pattern link is in the description box below.
Why everyone got the same pattern?
If they want, yes. And the link to my group also, where the event is below too. But you don't have to be in the group to join. You know, if you just want to do the pattern anyway, yeah, that's fine. Are you cleaning your shoes, Hannah?
I keep going for muddy walk and makes my shoes muddy.
Oh well, you see.
I've got to look somewhat clean for work.
You know the solution. Don't go for muddy walks.
Yeah, most walks are muddy no matter where you go.
Well, that's true. The wet weather that we've had.
I don't mind spending 10 minutes cleaning down.
Okay. Laurie Clark on the same video says, beautiful whips, best of luck next dental. Thank you, Laurie. I am enjoying all of the whips that I've got, and you know, obviously now it takes much longer to get round to the next outing for each whip, because before I was working on everything about once a fortnight, and I think once I've got all of my pieces in, it's going to be about 4, 8, 12, 16, 26 weeks between, you know, touches, which is a long time. So yeah, it's going to change things sort of slightly. It's going to be much longer between touches. I mean, I'm not wanting to like work on everything every week, because that'd be 100 or a couple of hundred stitches per piece, and for me, I see real progress when I work in 1,000 stitches. As I said before, that's not to say that anybody that does do, you know, their stitching in small bites is wrong. It's just the way I prefer it. Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruises, she says, hi Nicola, I always enjoy your channel and the reality of it definitely a part. She goes on to say, you're absolutely correct. I have deleted and blocked people many times on my channel. Only positivity and kindness are allowed. Yep, absolutely. For me too, Kelly, for me too. I started to moderate my comments very early on in YouTube, because people were commenting with saying it was me, you know, cloned accounts and that kind of thing. But I've just never turned it off. No comment goes unpublished unless it's something that is completely unrelated. Like I've had a couple of weird comments on, shall we say, weird comments, where they're written in Old English or Old Norse or whatever it is. And the content of the ones translated is nothing to do with my stitching, so those got binned. But yeah. Eat your breakfast, child?
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for lunch. Who knows?
Who knows? Mrs. C. Stitches says, completely agree about being kind. Everyone is fighting a battle people know nothing about. Hope your dental goes well. Love seeing your work. You probably mentioned it in another video, but I was just wondering how you work out your rotation. So my rotation is, I carry, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to mark off and I keep managing to nudge the wrong thing on Pattern Keeper. My rotation is fairly fixed, shall we say. I brought over 7 rotation plus a focus on a finish at the start of the year, and the way I work them is I divide my week up. So I have a Monday and Tuesday stitch, a Wednesday and Thursday stitch, a Friday and Saturday stitch, and a Sunday stitch. And every time I've brought in a new project, it's just gone onto the rotation list as it's come up in the rotation. So for example, Monday, my Monday Tuesday stitch was the Lord of the Rings stained glass, and I drew this piece on the spinner wheel. It would have been Colin Thompson, The Bizarre Bookshelf, but that's now been bumped down one for this new start. So this new start is Wednesday, Thursday, and then my Friday, Saturday stitch will then be the Colin Thompson piece. My Sunday stitch will be Coastal, because that's what comes next. In terms of stitches, I aim to put in 1,000 stitches on every piece before it leaves the rotation. So my Lord of the Rings stained glass on Monday and Tuesday, between those days I wanted to put in 1,000 stitches, and then any time that I get left over, so once those 1,000 stitches are done, then I've been picking up Night Cafe and putting in extra stitches on that, because at the moment we are looking at finishing it sometime in the mid 2050s, and I want it done before then. So that's how that's working. Once everything has been started, I've got the sal in May as well. So once everything's been started, then the closest piece to a finish will go on focus for a finish. And for every 2 finishes now that I get, given I'm going to have over 20 whips, for every 2 finishes I will allow 1 new start. I have got 2 finishes already this year, which is Pandemic and She Sleeps. So once this wheel of new starts has all been picked, then I will create a new wheel with my 2 finish for 1 start piece, and I will spin that the first week after I've done all of my new starts, because I'm owed a new start. And then at that point my focus for a finish will change from Night Cafe, so I'll stop working the extra stitches and it'll just go back into the normal rotation. The closest one to a finish will then get the extra stitches. So I'll still have excuse me, the 4 weekly pieces. A Monday, Tuesday stitch, a Wednesday, Thursday stitch, a Friday, Saturday stitch, and a Sunday stitch. But my focus on a finish will be whatever piece is closest to a finish. And I think once everything has been started, I think my closest to a finished one with the least amount of stitches will be a GeckoRouge. I think it will be the Christmas cat. But because I cannot count stitches on Ice Dragon, I don't have a stitch count. As that's the only piece that's worked from paper, I might put Ice Dragon on as focus for a finish. So there we go, that's my rotation. It makes sense to me. But each piece gets at least 1,000 stitches every time it's out in rotation. And currently what I'm doing is my new start, whatever my new start is, will feature on the Sunday live stream. But once all of the new starts are done, the next thing to feature, the way the Sunday live stream will then go is whatever piece I have as my Sunday stitch will then feature on the live stream. So if I didn't have this new start this week, Coastal is my Sunday stitch, so I would be stitching that on the live stream. Whereas I've got a new start, it's the new start instead. So there we go. The cat is being silly. It's very subtle, but this is actually a different colour. Let me just try and nudge in a little bit more. There we go. Just have a drink. Okay. So the next comment is from Denise. Denise Denk says, I love all of your progress on your whips. Thank you for promoting kindness. Not enough people are being kind and promoting kindness in general. This world definitely needs more kindness from everyone. Totally agree. It costs nothing to be kind. And you're quite right, it needs to be a worldwide thing. Be kind worldwide. I know that Karen Needlebook talked about this on her video too. So yeah, it's I think it's definitely important. If you're hearing a crunching, it's Hannah's breakfast. Michelle Paquette Savary leaves me some hearts on Flosstube 11. Thank you very much. And then Michelle L says, thank you, Nicola, for spreading kindness. Let us remember to be patient with others until we've had plenty of time to understand them better. Once we know them better, we'll cease to consider being anything but kind, and it doesn't quite make sense, but she says, and long suffering. Hugs to all who are struggling. So, yep. I agree. Let us get to know people. I've had some really, really nice chats by Messenger or Instagram or email or whatever with people. And it, you know, it's really nice, and to know that you're just making an impact, however small. I know that people enjoy the live streams because it gives them company, and they feel like they are in the room with me, which is really what I want. I want a stitching community, you know. I can't make people join in a stitching community, but this community is there, and if you want to join it, join it. The group is there. I mean, 400 members in the group. It's an active group. Lots of people share stuff, and there's always a supporting ear. Okay. Judy Stone says, fantastic progress this week. All the whips are looking great. Envy's colours are beautiful. Yeah, Envy is a favourite, and you know, when I don't work on it for a while, I do miss it. It's just got some gorgeous colours, and of course, with it largely being block stitching at the moment, stitching in Envy's going, you know, when the stitches go in, it's quite quick. So also it does get, although it does get its 1,000 stitches, they're very fast. Being good luck with your dental appointment. Being kind and being gentle to others is so needed. So many people are hurting in this world. We don't need to add to it. A bit of understanding and a whole bunch of compassion may make someone's day so much better. Have a wonderful day. Yep, absolutely. I've been doing some training at work, and when I'm talking to the people that I've been training, I am highlighting the positives and, you know, being positive with them and telling them that what they're doing is so appreciated. I think it's really, really important, you know, to highlight to people that, you know, they're worth it. People are worth it. People are worth, you know, they need to be encouraged and supported and lifted, and, you know, that's what I try and do. Okay, Makes Stitches says, well said and thank you. Good luck with your dental surgery. Thank you very much. Oh. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? Let's try that again. And our lovely Karen Needlebug, just mentioned her. She says, hi Nicola, you know I'm right there with you. We do think alike. People do not realise the damage that just one negative comment can do, and that it takes 100 kind comments just to erase that one negative. Therefore, I, of course, will join you in promoting kindness. Just remember to be kind to yourself. Thank you, Karen. Karen and I talk, I'd like to say regularly, but I just often don't get time. We do talk away from YouTube, which is really nice. And we're able to chat about all of this kind of stuff, and it's lovely. It's lovely to be able to do that. Karen is somebody I would consider to be a good friend. And Peggy, who is 721 Irish, says, thank you for the kind words and all the best at dental. Thank you, Peggy. Kindness is applicable to everyone. No one left behind. Lots of shades of greys and purples here, so it's still very pale stitching. I may find some darker stitches in a moment. Jessie from Jessie's Book Corner says, thank you for spreading kindness. I love your channel. That's good news, Jessie. No problem at all. And thank you for being here. $14. Okay. Sally Ann Cole comments to say, so just bear with me, just picking my next colour out. Oh, I've got a darker colour now. There you go. Well, hi Nicola, well said, it doesn't cost anything to be kind. I myself like Flosstubers giving life updates. To me, it makes me feel better that there are others feeling the same way as I do. How to cope with some situations because they're going through the same. There's no need for nastiness. If you don't like it, switch off and watch somebody else. Yeah, exactly. And you know that's the thing. There's hundreds of YouTube channels, thousands of YouTube channels. Was it something like 500 million videos on YouTube or something daft like that? It's a lot of videos. There's something for everyone. Hear a couple of birds having a scrap outside. Can you hear it, Anna? Something sounds cross.
Oh, yes.
A couple of Maggies having a fight, I think. Okay, Kathy says simply thank you. You're welcome, Kathy. You have to get dressed. Okay. All right, go work in your pajamas. Nobody will notice. Come on. There we go. Jane says, Jane 22 says, I love the run, don't walk to Tilton Crafts. Yes, well, you know, if I can enable somebody, I will. I finally started my Haid once upon a time. I'm taking it slowly. Trying to do at least 400 stitches a day. I'm not succeeding yet. It'll come. It'll absolutely come, Jane. You know, you just take the pace that suits you. And if 400 stitches away is your jam, that's your jam. Oh, come on. I'm not very good with Pattern Keeper today. I keep knocking it off the bit that I need to be at. Good luck with the dental work. I'm confident you have a time turner to get so much stitching done. No such luck. If anybody's got one lying around, I'll have it. Thank you for posting kindness. I wish it back to you and all your viewers. Thank you, Jane. No time turner. I'm just lucky with time because I work from home, so I don't travel for work and I don't sleep. I never get a full 8 hours. I'm a 6 hours of sleep kind of gal. I can spend my lunchtime with my stitching in my hand. It's great. But I do see myself as lucky that I'm able to spend so much time doing a hobby that I love. So I keep nudging the back of my needle minder, which is what the little noise is that you're hearing. She also goes on to say, thank you for your speech on It's Okay to Not Be Okay. And I like the chart you showed and look forward to seeing this being stitched. No problem at all, Jane. I just don't know which one that you meant, but I'm pretty sure that it was either the stitch along or the Magpie.
Bye.
Bye again. There's a lot of black stitches in this piece, over 50,000. It's a good job I don't mind block stitching of black, isn't it? This appears to be black. Unlike the Magpie, which doesn't have a black stitch in it. Okay, Lemon Sigrid says, very happy to have found your channel just a while ago. Appreciate your kind and gentle, considerate way of being. Thank you for being authentic and bringing attention to the power of written messages. Yes, absolutely. Written messages do have a power. You're quite right there. And like I've said before, the impact of the written word is hugely underestimated by a lot of people. Hannah's chinning at the cat now. Great progress on your whips, says Sandy. I love a night cafe, yeah. And night cafes is not far off 5% now. Glad the model stitching is coming on too. Love the be kind reminder. It's sad, but it is needed. Thanks for sharing. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. It is definitely needed. Yeah, night cafes is coming on quite a bit now, since having it as a focus piece for my extra stitches. I'm thinking next year to give it a permanent day of the week and get in whatever stitches I can on it. And I'm also thinking to do the same with, or similar with Daughter of the Deep, maybe rotate it with Night Cafe, because they're both supersized match colour pieces and I do want to get them progressed. So I'm thinking, you know, Friday Daughter of the Deep day, and Saturday Night Cafe day or something, or other way around, and aim, you know, have an aim of at least, you know, try and get up to 1,000, but at least 500 stitches. It would be good, wouldn't it? Then they constantly have some work done on them. It's a problem when you've got so many big pieces, but I love them. I love them. Just wish there were more hours in the day. I think we all do that though. Okay, Esther on live stream from the Wednesday says hi and good evening. And then our Susan Bentley says, I'm sorry I missed the live stream. I had a house full of grandbabies. That's good enough a reason for me, Susan. You had a house full of grandbabies, then I can see definitely where your attention and your time will have been taken. And I hope you had a wonderful time with your grandbabies. I myself do not have grandbabies, so I don't have that as yet. And then on my Stitch With Me with Van Gogh Never Met, Esther also says happy stitching. It says hi Nicola, happy stitching. And then Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruisers comes in to say, hi Nicola, this project is coming along nicely so far. Whilst I was watching you, I was picking out paper pattern pieces. Wow, some alliteration there, Kelly. And from the back of the gemstone quilt top so far, sewing to paper is how the angles of the gems get so crisp. Thank you, Kelly. I've loved seeing your gemstone quilt and how it's coming along. It really is a lovely piece. I look forward to seeing it progress. And Katie also comments on the same video saying, love the swishing sound as the thread goes through the fabric, looking good. So with my Van Gogh Never Passed, I am having some difficulty with it, with the park threads. It's just a lot. So I've decided to work them in because there's just too many to handle. And I'm really struggling with them. So I decided to work in the park threads. And I'll carry on just filling in row by row, sort of typewriter method. Because I mean the other one, the Van Gogh Never Passed, was exactly the same. Just too many park threads. Just too many. I think, you know, parking threads is okay if you don't have, you know, 100 colours and high confetti. And that's what both of those pieces have. They have 90 to 100 colours each and high confetti. And whilst parking is great, with high confetti it can get out of control. And that I don't want. Okay, Mona on my new start for Magpie says, joining live today, I can't wait for the new start. Yeah, Magpie is some gorgeous colours, some greens, blues, purples. Oh, it's charted so beautifully. I am enjoying, I'm enjoying all of these new starts, to be honest, but you know, I'm enjoying that one. It's just such stunning colours. And Kelly on the same video says, since I'm not a UK native, I do not have a clue what your regional accents sound like. Oh, it can vary very much so up and down the country. So if you do ever get to the UK, Kelly, you will notice lots of different accents. But I don't really care about stuff like that anyway. Fair enough. Canada is a big country and we do all sound different too. My grandma says, my grandma always said, if you can't say anything nice, do not say anything at all. Yep, those are words in which everybody should live by, in my opinion. You know, we should all be saying nice things, and if we can't say nice thing, don't say anything at all. Totally agree there with your grandma. I think definitely the older generation were incredibly wise with some of the stuff they came out with. Some stuff, nah, but some things like that, yeah. And sadly now we live in a different world, don't we? And people think it's okay to speak unkindly. Okay, what have I got here? I'm trying not to leave big gaps, so I'm going to try and fill in around here. Katie says, great show today. I'm loving this piece. It shows the gradient colouring so well. That is on Magpie. And yes, indeed it does, Katie. The gradient colouring on it is really pretty. So it sounds weird, but I've always liked magpies as a bird. Talk to them. Yeah, you say good morning when you see one. Good morning, Mr. Magpie. How's your wife and family? And when you see two, you're going to have a little look that day. Like the old poem. Gail Fallon says, love the magpie. And then Denise mentions in her comment on Magpie about Karen's most recent stitch with me, where she mentions kindness. I knew about this one, Denise, because she'd mentioned me in it, that I've been talking about it, and she's just kind of sort of took it up from there. So let me just pick a new colour. That one, I think. Karen, on a most recent stitch with me, be kind is in the title. Spoke on this topic as well, and she made so much sense, and I totally agreed with her comments. The world is going through so much negativity that there is no sense in adding more to it by adding negative thoughts as well. We had a lot of positivity by being kind to others, even when they are being unkind. Yep, absolutely. We can add an awful lot into this world. It's the mark we leave, isn't it? And I would like my mark to be that I was kind. Jessie's Book Corner says on Magpie, beautiful start so far, and good luck with the dental treatment. Thank you, Jessie. I'm getting quite excited now because I can see the end of the treatment. And I think as we get towards the end, you know, it can make such a difference. It's going to make an enormous difference to my life. And then Laurie comments on the Magpie saying, great start to a beautiful bird. Yes, indeed. It certainly is. I mean, I love Lorna Lanen's artwork anyway. When I saw the Magpie, I was like, I have to have that. I have to. Okay. Then Jane, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me just find the comment. Jane says, Jane Murray, I'm watching this in Saturday, so happy belated to Andy. Yes, Andy had a lovely birthday. He really, you know, we made it for him. I had a meltdown and a panic attack last night because my allergies have been so bad in the last couple of months. I feel bad that people have been cruel to others. So I sometimes think that they say things to make themselves feel better, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it certainly does. So that they can, they must feel like a high for belittling or upsetting somebody else. So I'm so excited to see this project come together, she says. This is, of course, on Magpie. Good luck and a great stitch with me. Thank you, Jane. I'm sorry to hear that the allergies have been unkind to you, and I hope that things are better for you now. Oh, I hear a Hannah. Nope, she stopped halfway down the stairs.
Oh. That's what you said me name.
All right, okay. Let's have a look.
Talk about me, not going to appear.
I talk about you all the time.
Well,
you look. Ooh, how are you going to get to work then? Hannah's got a very pretty sparkly top on today.
Is that one you got for Christmas?
I know, it's the one I got you for Christmas.
I wear this one occasionally because
Yeah, come here.
I always get compliments on it at work.
Look at this.
Because they always tell me at work, oh, that's such a pretty jumper.
She's sparkling.
They love it at work.
And she gets compliments on it at work. I bought it for Christmas because everybody should sparkle at Christmas.
I sparkle anyway.
Michelle L. Oh, I've done it again. Oh dear. Okay, this is Michelle again. I have an opinion question. My husband and I are downsizing in the next couple of years. I store my excess DMC in photo boxes on a bookcase. I have well over 5,000 skeins. My husband thinks best idea is to sell some of it. No way will I ever stitch up 10 million plus stitches. So I did an Excel spreadsheet with 42 of my favourite full coverage charts on it with thread requirements. Should I sell or just put the excess in a vacuum seal bag on a shelf in the closet? Oh, that's a difficult question, Michelle. I would, if you're in my Simply a Stitcher and Friends Facebook group, pop the question in there and ask our hive mind. Me personally, I'd keep it, but if space is a consideration, you know, then selling it may be the only option. And 10 million stitches, keep stitching. I'm kind of dreading the day that Andy says we should downsize. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, though.
What's not happening anytime soon?
Downsizing. Are you moving to a smaller house?
We need a bigger house.
Exactly. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, I said.
I wish it would.
And then, sweetie, are you off to work?
No, I'm going to pretend I'm going to work, but instead I'm going to run off and do something else instead.
Okay, that's fine. What are you going to do, go walking around Mambers Lake or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, enjoy, have fun.
I shall.
Go and have an ice cream and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice day for it, isn't it?
Yep.
We're going to go for a walk tonight, but I'm going to think with you instead.
Yeah. Well, you did volunteer.
I know, but it's alright. I can move it to tomorrow.
We can maybe see about having a walk into town and catching the bus home. See what Andy says.
Could do. Yeah. It took me 20 minutes to walk from
I know how
this
long it
town,
takes.
and that was a sprained ankle as well.
I know how long it takes. I've done it myself.
Okay, well, I'll leave it.
All right. Bye.
Love you, leave you. See
Love you too. See, you wouldn't want to be here.
Yeah, you would. You'd love to be me. I'll keep you dating.
Bye. Dear, she's so funny. Celia leaves me hearts, a cotton reel, and I think it's a dog. I can't see. Might be a dog or it might be a cat. On my Magpie new start. Thank you, Celia. Any comments, emojis, or just a hi is all engagement. And I thank you all for them. And Vicky says on live stream Sunday, Vicky White, hey all, looking forward to my first live stream with you. And it was great to have you on there, Vicky, and nice how you got involved as well. The live streams are very interactive, and yeah, I know you contributed to Sew and Tell and everything. It was great. We're a friendly bunch, and I do hope that you enjoyed the stream. And on my new start, the Magpie, our Susan Bentley says, afternoon everyone. And then again on my live stream, Esther on the Sunday stream says hello as well. Okay, Kay says, I felt like I was time traveling tonight as I watched this video. This is the Magpie start straight after the live stream, which of course featured the Magpie. My whole life, she says, I've tried to live in a way, tried to live my life in a way that would have made my parents proud. My parents taught me all my life to treat others in the way I would like to be treated, and that if I can't say anything nice, I shouldn't say anything at all. Unfortunately, these are the two foundation stones of life which people seem to be ignoring, and the world is the worse for it. There's an old proverb that says you shouldn't judge someone until you can walk a mile in their shoes, and until someone has experienced a life you are living, they have no right to criticise that life. Yes, indeed, more wise words there. And you're absolutely right, Kay. The fundamentals, the basics of treat others how you would like to be treated does seem to have gone out of the window in this life, which is very sad. I never ever treat anybody in a way that I would hate to be treated myself. And in my working life, I would never ask someone to take on a job that I would not take on myself either. So, you know, there are, you know, a couple of things there about life, really, that the way I live is, you know, don't get me wrong, I've made my mistakes in life. I absolutely have. But as I get older, I learned sometimes the smart remark is the silent one. Sometimes the best thing to say is to say nothing at all. But anyway. Heather says, thanks for explaining model stitching. It seems like a good side job for you. Yep, it is. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's different to my full coverage. It's very different. It's normally a character. And that is just awesome that I get, you know, a big change, and it almost refreshes me into my own stitching. Although, to be fair, I've got that many projects, how can I get bored? I can't. I've got so much going on, it's impossible to be bored. And then my last comment is from Sandy, and she comments on my Magpie, my new start, and says, great stitch with me, thanks Nicola. Your content could never be boring. You're always enthusiastic about your projects and encouraging us all with what you achieve. You're such a kind and thoughtful soul, and I'm glad that you and Andy will have a bit more time together. Maybe the bell will get more activity. Excuse me. I absolutely love that Hannah wants you to check things for her before leaving. Bless her. Thanks for sharing. Take care and happy stitching. Yeah, with Hannah, it's something that we go through literally every day. She wants to make sure that she looks right and that there's nothing out of place, nothing amiss. She prides herself on her appearance. And hey, I can't fault that. There's so many young people these days that just don't care. Hannah's fastidious. She's a regular showering bather, clean clothes. Do I look smart? Have I got hair sticking out? You know, that kind of thing. She doesn't do much sort of, you know, girly stuff. She's not makeup and things like that. But she takes pride in, you know, she looks after her nails. Obviously, we have ours done. And she has, her hair is dip dyed at the back. because her hair is waist length, and she's a natural blonde, but the bottom is dip dyed a bright pink, and it's just a part of her personality. And she does, you know, like to look good. She likes to look neat and tidy, and hey, who are we to complain at that, eh? And that is the end of the comments for today. So another lovely crop of comments. And thank you for that. I am just going to pause this video a wee moment. I will be back. And we're back. There we go. That's a little better now. Just had to do a visit to the little girl's room. Okay. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day today, and Hannah and I, well, I'm going later for a mammogram, and our hospital is about a 20-minute walk from the town centre. So Hannah and I will probably stretch our legs and walk into town once that's finished. Blows the cobwebs away, doesn't it? And you know, if I can get a little walk in, I'll get a little walk in. It helps me with my weight and to maintain this weight loss. So yeah. So next week, the remainder of my teeth will be coming out, and then we'll be entering the final phase of dental, and then hopefully in another couple of weeks I will be back on camera in front of you guys and showing you how I look, the new updated version of me. Trying to get to my weight loss goal as well. It's just I'm a little frustrated because it's taking a while, but I get it. I'll get there in the end. It's just that because it's taking so long now, I'm just had enough of it. But I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm still doing exactly what I was doing, drinking plenty of fluids, well, making the extra visits to the little girl's room, eating the right things. Me and Hannah had a walk on Sunday for an hour and a half, which was quite nice. You know, we've like I said, we're planning this one this evening. Whether we'll get another one in at the weekend, I don't know. At the end of next week, on the 4th of April, it's Lauren's birthday, and that's on the Friday, and on the Saturday we're going out for the day. I'm going to take her shopping and what have you, so I'll get plenty of steps in that day too. But yeah, keep on going, keep trying to get there. That's all I can do, isn't it? As the nicer weather comes in, I'm kind of keener to walk now. None of us want to walk when it's rubbish weather, do we? We don't even want to go outside when it's rubbish weather. And unfortunately here in the UK, we get more than our fair share of the rubbish weather. So I'm doing quite well on this so far, over 300 stitches in at the moment, which is good. I'm happy with that. And it's a little easier than the other one, because the other one I had to reassign a symbol. You can't change the symbol in Pattern Keeper. You can only change the floss number or the assignment number. So if you, I don't know if you'd remember from me doing the unboxing of London, there was something wrong with the mock-up. The mock-up wasn't correct. And to solve it, I had to reassign a number in Pattern Keeper. So for the number 7 on London Night Orange, I have 2 different symbols, which is a little awkward because sometimes the symbols are right next to one another, and you know, obviously you highlight the symbol that you're working, and then, you know, where I can see the other one, I'm trying to sort of catch that in as well, but it doesn't always work, so it's just a little frustrating, but I'm sure I'll get there with it. The pieces will all be absolutely worth it in the end. There isn't a single piece that I'm stitching that I can't see a finish for. Not a single one. Oh no, that's in the wrong place. Let's try that again. I think it was definitely a big thing this year, taking on 17 new starts plus, because obviously it'd be more than 17 by the end of the year. But I'm glad I've done it, you know, because now I've got enough projects to keep me going for a long time. And still more to come. To go on my new start wheel, I've got All Is Vanity, I've got Rivendell, I've got a GeckoRouge kit that I was sent. I've got a few bits and pieces already. My Lord of the Rings travel posters, I want to get them on. So yeah. Oh, wrong way, wrong place. There we go. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to start. but 2 finishes for 1 start. I've got a lot of whips, but I don't want them getting out of control. And you know, when I've started the last one off my new start list, that will be my absolute limit in terms of numbers. Obviously I've got a sow one to start as well. So yeah, as I said earlier, if you're interested in a sow, the link to the patterns below, and a link to my Facebook page is below, Facebook group. You don't have to join the group to join the sow. And you don't have to use the below piece for the sow either. If you have a piece of your own that you just want to continue to get progress on, absolutely fine. Oof, my tummy's growling. Getting ready for some breakfast, I think. A typical breakfast these days consists of some protein yogurt and berry fruits. And my lunch will consist of a brown pita bread with some ham and cheese or some smoked salmon. I only get the trimmings though because I can't afford actual smoked salmon. Or Marmite, and some fruit. And then a dinner of pure protein, ham or chicken or fish, with vegetables, either boiled or stir-fried. And not every night, but some nights, if I'm feeling especially hungry, I might have some noodles or pasta. But I don't have those every night because some nights I feel hungrier than others. And in fact, on Monday, I had a really stressful day on Monday. At the end of the day, I just felt stressed. I went to Asda's and I bought a big packet of salt and vinegar crisps, and that was my tea. Not ideal, but that's what I wanted. And then later on in the evening, I'll have my Freddo. I might have a packet of crisps and snack on those in the day. We're always, you know, using fruit, snack on fruit as well. And that will be me. In the summer, I'll have more salad rather than cooked vegetables. But in the winter, there isn't a cooked vegetable that I don't like. Carrots, onions, broccoli, cabbage, courgette or zucchini, cauliflower, asparagus, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. There's literally nothing that I won't have. There's very little that I won't have in terms of veggies. Peas, sweet corn. What else goes on my repertoire? Oh, all sorts of stuff. That's that one. Okay. But yes, I love vegetables. I'm a real vegetable fan. So for me, a big plate of vegetables is like heaven. Add some chicken or white meat or fish, or even a bit of steak, and I'm happy. But I don't do steak much. I do more chicken than anything else. Chicken and fish. Okay. This, believe it or not, is a pink I'm stitching with. Doesn't look very pink though, does it? Just fills in that bit around there. Try and fill in where I can. Okay, so I'm just going to mark off, and that's a good moment to end. 371 stitches. So patch done. Oh, that's just gone out quite. Let me just zoom in a little way. There we go. So yeah, a little patch done. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to end this video with my usual reminders. There'll be 3 videos that appear on your screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. My schedule, as ever, is I release a Flosstube on a Tuesday, Stitch with Me's on Thursdays and Saturdays, and I live stream at 7:30 p.m. UK time on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you can join me, it'd be much appreciated, and I will see you in those videos. Please do leave a comment, as on these chatty Stitch with Me's I do respond to your comments, even if it's just an emoji. It's always nice to have your interaction, that I know that you're watching. So with all that said and done, thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Thank you for your kind attention, your likes, your comments and your subscribes and all the rest of it. And of course, by remembering to be kind. Take care everyone. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.